serving on the House Armed Services Committee, because I am a 7-time combat veteran. 7 times deployed, taking troops into combat as a commander and bringing them all home alive every time. So to leverage that experience to make sure that I'm able to serve on the House Armed Services Committee, because why is that so important? Our national budget is $4 trillion a year, $4 trillion. The Department of Defense gets $1 trillion of that, 25% of our national budget. So we've got to get our fair share of that. I want to make sure that seniors have a Senior Protection Act to guard them from gimmicks and scams, to make sure that we have some level of national legislation to protect them from the rising cost of rents, to make sure that we're expanding Medicare. In the VA, we're able to buy bulk prescription drugs at the bulk rate price. We must fight for seniors to be able to buy bulk prescription drugs under Medicare. That would deliver a tremendous cost savings. We also must make sure that to make Social Security more solvent, we have to raise the cap, the $118,000 cap, we have to raise that to about $200,000 so more people can pay into Social Security. And when we do that, when we create more good paying jobs, not jobs, I don't want my people going to be the maid. I don't want them going to be the cook. I appreciate the MGM, but if you're not offering us good jobs, we thank you very much. We deserve more than be the cook and the maid. We deserve more than to be the housekeeper. I want us to have jobs in cybersecurity. I want us to have jobs in energy, whether it's wind and solar. I want us to have jobs in coding. I want us to have jobs in rebuilding and leading the infrastructure reinvestment through an infrastructure bank. We have to rebuild our roads and bridges. We have to rebuild our power grids and our water systems. You all, I will just tell you, Flint, Michigan is not so far away from us. I understand, I look around at these water towers. I went to the WSSC. They told me that those water towers haven't been drained in about 30 years. And we drink water from those water towers. So please understand that at some point we've got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. We take things, people bank on us being apathetic. Let me tell you what's going to happen over the next 4 weeks. Your mailboxes are going to be flooded with mail. It's going to be flooded with mail. But ask yourself, how many of those people have come out and touched you? How many of them have come and engaged with you? You know why? Because they bank on, that's how they dealt with you, that's how you taught them to treat you, and that's what they're going to continue to deliver. We come from a legacy of producers. But for some reason, we become a community of consumers. And we have to take back our political power and say that I don't care who it is. If you are a barrier to our success, then we are going to deal with you. You all, I don't like to fight. I don't. But I'm a trained fighter. And I don't mind fighting if I have to. And I don't care who it is. You all, what I'm asking for is to be your servant leader in Congress. In my humble opinion, too many elected officials think that they should be served. And they forget that this is about service to people. I believe in term limits. I don't think that you should run for the rest of your life. I think that you should serve your time to people. 16 years is a long time to deliver for our district. 16 years is a long time. 8 years is a long time. 9 years is a long time. Where are the results? We have one domestic violence shelter here in Prince George's County that sleeps 55 people, and then we still have women getting killed, children getting killed, people getting battered and murdered. When is it going to change? When are you going to be sick and tired of being sick and tired? Isn't enough enough? Yes. You all, we have to take back our political power. We have to put people like Ingrid Turner on the bench to make sure that I stand boldly and say that I am excited for more reasons than one. I am excited and I support Ingrid in her efforts. And I stand here pretty boldly and proclaim that. But you all, I'll just tell you, at some point, We've got to take this money out of politics. You know, I just ask you to do this. Follow the checks. Follow the checks. See who's writing the $10,000 checks. See who's writing the $5,000 checks. See who is writing the big checks. Let me tell you, that comes with the price. You're going to, so who's going to be beholden to who? You all trust me when I say this. That comes with the price. You all, let me tell you, some people don't agree with it. I've pretty much self-financed my whole campaign. I've gotten a lot of small donations. So some people say, oh wow, he's not raising enough money. He can't contend. We've been on the ground. We've ran a very grassroots campaign, and we've actually been out there touching you. We've been engaging with you. We've been all over this district. The Washington Post said we've crisscrossed the district, and they're damn right, and we're going to keep on crisscrossing. I will just tell you, at some point, we have to become sick and tired of being sick and tired. I intend to partner with community to champion issues for our seniors, to champion issues for our veterans. Our veterans, they fight on the front line for our freedom. They fight on the front line to protect us from people who want to destroy the American way of life. But they come home to the end of the line for responsive medical treatment. They come home to the end of the line for affordable housing. They come home to the end of the line for employment. You know, that's a shame. I will continue to champion issues for our veterans and their families because they deserve it. I want to talk about just two more things, and that is our returning citizens. You all, in my opinion, I believe that the justice system bends unfavorably towards black folks. And I want to be an instrument into helping that change. I am my brother's keeper. Now, I know all of you all in here are saved and sanctified, but I'm a sinner. And I tell you, it could have been me. It could have been me out there. It's only by the grace of God that it wasn't. And if you're real with yourself, it could have been you too. And so we have no right to look down on people except to give a hand to them. So when it comes to making sure that when you have done your time, when you have paid the price, when you have paid your fines, your record must be expunged. And I want to join bipartisan legislation to make sure that the records of nonviolent criminals are expunged and they can truly get a second chance at being a productive citizen. And the reason I feel so strongly about that, because right now today, 77% of black males are either in jail, have gone to jail, or on their way to jail. And that is unsatisfactory. There's only about 15 million black males in the country. So at some point, you've got to do the math. That is the root cause of our issues when it comes to our families and when it comes to safe communities and gun violence. So we've got to curtail those issues by making sure that we are addressing the issues when it comes to nonviolent crime and setting the conditions and providing and meeting their needs. You look at Baltimore, that's the result of people's needs not being met. 68% unemployment in Freddie Gray's community. What would you do if you can't find a job? You resort to gun violence. You resort to crime. You all partner with me. Stand with me. Just as they did on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, Charles, we got to lock arms together so we can change the dynamics of our community. We can't look to anybody but us collectively. And if somebody get in the way of doing that, even if they look like us, we're going to roll right over them and we're going to keep going. Our women need our help. Our veterans need our help, and especially our seniors. I was with seniors last Friday, and some seniors told me, 93-year-old Miss Sherrod, she says, I don't know why they treat us like that, baby. Because she said they get $12 a month for food stamps. Most of them run out of money around the 12th or the 15th of the month. I'm not making this up. They run out of money by the 12th or the 15th of the month. They live in senior buildings where the rent is raised on them every year. They said they tell their local elected officials ain't nobody did nothing. And it is a federal issue, but the legislation is introduced at the state issue. So people are always trying to bamboozle you. Take responsibility. Look them in the face and tell them, no, I won't introduce the legislation, or I will. It's time out for us to be get bought and paid for. You all, please take back your political power. I don't care who it is. I'm a strong Democrat, and I believe in being a Democrat. But I'll just tell you, we got to vote for people that's going to increase our economic value. We got to vote for people that's going to do something for us. Thank you all so very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. But in defense of the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, our water is safe. And our towers are reservoirs. The water doesn't come down unless there's an emergency. The water's coming through pipes. And I'm qualified to make that statement, having served on that commission for 12 years. So.
Okay, great. So that's right.
I ask for your vote.
All right. Donald Trump. Make his job easier should he go to Congress. Right now it's my pleasure to introduce my former co-worker and a friend, Ms. Angela Alsobrook. She is currently our state's attorney for Prince George's County. She also served as assistant state's attorney from 1997 to 2002. She also served as education liaison in the county executive's office from 2002 to 2004, where we had an opportunity to work together. It was my pleasure. Also, she was executive director for the Revenue Authority, where she went over and done a great job. And she is a graduate from Duke University and from the University of Maryland Law School. It's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Angela Alsobrook.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening. I have to tell you what a privilege it is for me to be here tonight, and I say that in the most sincerest way. I want to thank Dr. Dula for inviting me. As he said, I was trying to think before I got here tonight how long ago we met. I think it really was 13 or 14 years ago that we met. And he's been, throughout the years, a person who has given advice and support to me and many others. And so, essentially, I want to start out. I know you heard Mr. Warren Christopher say he wanted your vote. I want to thank you for your vote, allowing me to serve you. I have to tell you what a tremendous honor it has been for me. I'm a person who's grown up in this county. I recently celebrated a couple of weeks ago. I have officially become a middle-aged woman. I am now 25 years old. I am proud and grateful, but I am also extremely grateful that I have had the opportunity to serve the community that raised me. The community that gave me opportunities I could have never had any place else in this country. I'm reminded of that every single day when I go to work, and I have really worked hard to make sure that I honor what has been given to me. And so these are times of great challenge. I don't think I have to tell you that, but I am most excited because with every challenge is an opportunity. I am reminded of that each day. That is what gets me out of bed each morning, to remember the great opportunities that we have to fix. I'll tell you really quickly about my great-grandmother. My family came to Prince George's in 1956 from Seneca, South Carolina. Came to this county after my great-grandfather was murdered, J.C. James in Seneca. My mother was their grandmother and others when he was murdered by a police officer, white police officer who was there. They said to my family at that time that if you don't leave, we'll kill the whole family. And so that was July 4th, 1956. My family happened to have other friends here in Fairmont Heights, Maryland. My mother graduated from Fairmont Heights. And so our family came here on July 19th, 1956 to relocate, and that is how we came to Prince George's. Now, during all of those years, my great-grandmother, Maybelle James, who I was so blessed to know during my life until I was 25. She was born in 1897. She died my first year in law school and was a very big figure in my life. And what she would say to me and others in our family, if anybody ever had occasion to complain about anything, she said, you don't have the chance to complain. If you don't like it, you go further and you do better. And that is what she said, and that really is what we have lived by. And so when I talk about the great opportunities in light of whatever challenges we face, I'm encouraged on a night like tonight. You didn't have to come here. You could sit home, watch television, have a meal in your warm house, but instead Prince George's County remains strong because of you. because you come out